Hello, my name is Kim Lindquist. I have written a book that has just been published and released, and its title is The Peril from Colombia to Kabul. I am the author of a number of other books written in Spanish. Those books dedicated to the study of comparative law based upon my experience as a former defense attorney, a prosecutor, and also legal consultant to governments throughout the world regarding the strengthening of criminal justice systems. Those books speak to a worldwide social movement whereby probably the majority of criminal justice systems seek to better themselves by trying to identify and adopt principles and practices, doctrines and mechanisms of other systems. And the books also address the significant challenges that these countries face as they go about trying to establish justice through the improvement of their respective criminal justice systems. One of the principal challenges that they face is also addressed in my most recent book, The Peril from Colombia to Kabul, and has to do with a phenomenon that is common to us all, not common to just these criminal justice systems, that this worldwide social movement, but has application to each and every one of us individually. The Peril from Colombia to Kabul is written as a universal warning and plea to citizens of every country and circumstance. It warns of a cultural phenomenon that is so powerful as to pose a direct, constant, and dire threat to both individual and institution alike, yet so subtle and insidious as to elude its very comprehension and even recognition. In so warning, the writing constitutes as well a plea of individual and institutional acknowledgement of and resistance to that pervasive evil in safeguarding the very foundations of our society. That phenomenon, as described, consists of the confusion of entity purpose with entity preservation, the forsaking of worthy personal or institutional mission in favor of preservation of self or of organization, the abandonment of selfless purpose in favor of selfish protection of entity. In benign perception, it is less meaningfully referred to as bureaucracy, while in sober perceptive recognition, it constitutes a social plague as lethal as any epidemic. This peril latent within every person and organization is portrayed from the standpoint of my personal experiences in my national and international work, again as a defense attorney, federal prosecutor, and international legal consultant, and my life otherwise. Many of those experiences involve my own very real peril. The book speaks from the forest fires of North America, Alaska, and Canada, where I worked as a smoke jumper, to the inner city of Harlem and the South Bronx, from the law enforcement sieges of Ruby Ridge and Waco, from the jungles and civil war of Colombia to the war against terrorism in the deserts of Afghanistan, Central Asia, and the Middle East, from the gangs and refugee caravans of Central America to the organized crime and public corruption of the West Indies. In speaking from the past as well as the present, the writing conveys as a message as timely and as vital as society itself. Various aspects of the book are homespun in their personal nature, and I apologize for that personal touch. Its purpose is not meant to tout me, my life, or my choices, but to promote an understanding of universal truths that are meaningful to all of us. I also apologize for the portions of the book that are technical in nature. I think that the technicalities are important in conveying the depths and breadth of the central message, but perhaps detract somewhat from what I hope to be a more even reading of the experiences that represent the message that is portrayed. Otherwise, I hope you find the reading interesting and of relevance to you and your life, and express my gratitude to you for taking the time to read it. I hope it is beneficial to you. Thank you very much, and good reading.